Hello everyone, I'm CrypticFox, and welcome back to the Space Hamlet, our colony here in Oxygen Not Included. It's been growing quite well, actually. I think if we're going to zoom out a little bit here, we can get a good view of what the size of the colony looks like. This is our sort of the core of the colony. We've been expanding out from here to try to make things a little bit bigger. We're in a really good position in terms of like oxygen and food and everything, but that's not really our goal this game. We're not just about surviving anymore. Now we're about trying to live in the lap of luxury. We want our duplicants to have all of the best food, the best living quarters, the best that the lack of money can buy, I guess, because they don't really have money. What is going on? There we go. Didn't want to zoom in for me. So they've been doing fairly well. 473,000 kilocalories, which is a little bit better off than where we were not that long ago, actually, when we only had something like 13,000 kilocalories for 25 duplicants. It was pretty crazy, but food is clearly recovered, so that's good. And so far, everything's been going pretty well. Last time we played, we dug way down to where the oil was. We set up our plastic production system, which is hiding down here. Now, it's making petroleum for us. We're getting plastics out of it. We got some natural gas. We've got all the plastics moving into the colony so they can do stuff with it. So we're kind of building up a bunch of plastic we can use to try to make the environment a little bit nicer for them. And I think probably the first thing we build with it are going to be the beds. The challenge being, things have been a little bit hot in here. So our polymer presses have kind of been breaking. And that's not so great. So we probably should set up some sort of a cooling system here. I might even shut down plastic production for a little while now that we have it all in place. We're not really desperate for the plastic just yet. So I'm going to disable the refinery. So as long as this isn't producing petroleum, these things won't continue to make stuff. And I should probably disable auto repair on them too, because otherwise they're going to constantly keep trying to fix them. Disable auto repair. There we go. So we'll leave those alone for now. When we're ready to start using them again, of course, we can fire it all back up again. We'll start making a whole bunch more plastic. Way down bottom, we were tapping into the oil pocket that was down here, and it's probably, yeah, it's almost depleted now. We have a bunch of water here, and we do have an oil reservoir. So this might actually be the first game where I've really tapped into using the oil reservoir, because I've always just kind of grabbed pockets of oil and never bothered with it. But since we're sitting right next to one, I might actually make use of it. We have all this water sitting up here. We could even feed into it, which would work out really well. Welcome everyone who's here so far in the chat. It's been a fun week of streaming so far, even though it's only Tuesday. It's been kind of busy. We played on Twitch on Sunday night, and I'm probably going to be playing and streaming on Twitch again this coming Sunday night. That's at twitch.tv/CrypticFoxGaming. So we played some State of Decay 2. Last night we tried out a new game with my buddy Kazi. That's called The Blackout Club. It's a bit of like a horror, suspense, adventure kind of game. Tonight we're doing Oxygen Not Included, of course. Tomorrow we'll be streaming the Lone Dark. So if you're interested in the Lone Dark, come check that out. More Oxygen Not Included on Thursday, unless we preempt that in favor of checking out new stuff in Don't Starve Together, because there's supposed to be some new updates and stuff coming out there, possibly new events. So that might be worth checking out too. But the whole schedule for the week's worth of streaming you can find on the community tab on the channel. So if you go check that out, we've got it all listed there. And then hopefully I'll get them scheduled ahead of time. Today's was kind of like last minute. DST, you're the pig. That's right. I'm really curious to see what they have in it. The notes didn't really say anything, aside from saying that the event was going to be there. Down here, we started to dig all this out. And they're just cleaning it up, I think, because I told them to sweep it. Though it looks like that command is gone. Where's my sweep? Sweep, sweep, sweep. Clean up all this mess. Because in here, we actually have something that produces water. This is just a plain water geyser. I'm not sure how the polluted water got there, but so we're gonna pump out some polluted water into here, or some clean water rather, down into here, and that'll give us another pump we can feed water to the colony, which would be pretty cool. What I'm thinking today, though, what I'd really like to focus on is expanding out over here and building some new living quarters. So we got to the point where we have plastics because I wanted to make some of the big comfy beds for the duplicants. We still have a bunch of them that are living in tight spaces. Even though we have, like, these separate rooms over here for the duplicants, I wanted to make something nice for the duplicants over here. So I'm thinking kind of like duplex apartment style thing. Try to fit them in a little bit, and then we'll give them like a shower in between kind of thing so they can go to the bathroom and shower. So that's going to take a little bit of work today. Probably will take up most of what we're working on today, actually, to try to get all that planned out. But we're going to end up having derpy floors, because that's how we roll around these parts. So we're going to make some separate flooring for each of them. I'm going to stay with my standard. Oh my gosh. You know what? If I just used the shift key, I wouldn't have these problems. But I have this mental block. I can't do it. I'm just incompetent. I can't handle it. So we're going to dig all this out. And then in here will be where we'll build, start building our new apartment complex. I do need to keep this lower section separated from the upper one because the upper section is where we have the spacesuits, fancy exosuits, and we don't want them running through the colony without those dropping them off at the stations and stuff. Derp. How does Cryptic Mass cool the water for farming? I haven't really been too worried about cooling the water for farming because it's the source that it's been coming from has been a reasonable temperature. So we have the water coming in here, and actually I have a little cooling loop for it. So we're taking polluted water out of this reservoir here, running it through a water sieve, and then it comes out at like 40 degrees Celsius, which is obviously kind of hot. Ooh, Karma King with the super chat. Referring to the Blackout Club, if you play the game with game chat on and reach level 5, the game will get much harder to mess with you. Try it out. Yeah, I'm totally planning to. Kazi and I definitely want to play some more of that. We had a lot of fun with it. So the water comes out of here at 40 degrees Celsius. I'm sending it down into this cold biome, into some water that I had chilled. Now the trouble is, it's not as cool as it used to be. So it's now like 33 degrees here. I should build some stuff here to try to cool it again. So we'll go temp shift plates. If we make these out of ice, we can rapidly cool this water down. There's no way I have enough ice for that, but if I can make even some of them, that will help. Where's Mrs. Fox tonight? She was at gym yesterday. She's probably sleeping right now. Every now and then she pops into the stream and she might have a little bit to say, but she's often asleep much earlier than me. Just actually kind of how I started streaming. Alright, might as well get the algae while we're here too. Okay, so I want to figure out spacing now. We might actually have to get rid of this ladder. I had built it here to provide a waterway for the polluted water up top to kind of drop down bottom where we were already cleaning it. That may not be able to stay. I might have to try to modify this a little bit. Maybe move it over to the side a bit more. We'll have to see. Hey, Baby X Shotter. Yep, nobody's dead in the colony. We had a single death like really early on, and then all the rest of the duplicants have been fine. The question is, how am I going to get in and out of this colony? I mean, we could put a ladder system up through the middle, because what I'm thinking is we'll do like we'll do separate rooms, and then in the middle we'll have like the shower bathroom set up. I don't know how I'm going to do this. I might have to make the duplicates come in separate doors on either side. Yeah, that might work. Okay, so if we do... How much space have I got here? I'm trying to draw out my tiles. Alright, so 17 tiles wide. If we're going to do the bedding in here, the fancy beds that take all the funky plastic, they're like 4 tiles wide, I think. Yeah, so those are 4 tiles wide. So I'm thinking if we have our door on this wall, we do a bed on this side. That's going to take 4 in the middle. Do the same thing on this side. And then in the middle portion, we need to have our lavatory and our shower. I'm going to need to make this just a little bit wider, I think. So we do lavatory shower like this. Cancel the bed. Do another bed here. Yeah, this needs to be just a little bit wider, I think. Just swap all this in. Okay, so kind of like that. Now, for the bathroom to be qualifying as an actual plumbed bathroom, minimum tile size is 12. So we've hit that, so that's not really an issue. It does need to have a plumbed wash station, which we don't have in here. I may not be able to do individual bathrooms. It might actually take too much. We'd sort of sacrifice a little bit of morale. I mean, it's not really a lot that it gives us. I think it might only be like +2. It's +2. Yeah, maybe we'll forget about the morale benefit. We'll just make it a fancy room instead. Why not replace the current living quarters into a bathroom if you're building a new apartment? Yeah, well, I kind of wanted to like have like a bathroom that they were sharing, but like individualized apartments on either side, which is kind of the direction I'm leaning here. So I'll give them like a pneumatic door on either side of this. Something kind of like that. The ladder is actually going to be the way over here. I'm going to need to move it. Wait. Or do I? If this is going to be my door space, yeah, I'm going to move it. Gotta move it, because we're going to do it symmetrical. This is also going to take a ton of space. So, obviously, we're taking... Where we had 5 duplicants here before, we now only have 2. So, it's going to be a really huge apartment complex. Yay, Super Lux apartments. Oh, actually, and I wanted to make these carpeted floors. Drat. Alright, we'll fix those after. We'll have to do insulated floors for now, I guess. Hopefully nobody gets stranded. Oh, and as I say that, I can see somebody... Oh, no, he can jump down. It's only 2 tiles high. Nobody gets sick out here. The air quality probably stinks. Oh, it's not germy. That's a plus. Surprised there's not more with the close calls. Yeah, they're actually... We have had a bunch of close calls this colony, haven't we? We managed to turn them all around, though, in some weird stroke of luck that I'm not going to complain about. Is there room for art in the rooms? Yeah, so we can fit the artwork above the beds. So what I'm thinking is we do a landscape canvas above the bed. Maybe we should do 2 blank canvases. That's probably better. As much as I like the landscape, these 2 will fit better. And then we can do the metal block pillars on either side. So we can actually get 4 pieces of artwork in the room. And then we'd have room for the crown molded corners, but not for the middle pieces. Which I think I'd be okay with. Just no room in the bathroom. Plenty of suffocation happening. Yeah, they're gonna have a little trouble breathing out here while they're working, because it's kind of isolated a bit here. All kinds of chlorine gas and stuff here. Now, the trouble is this is going to be kind of in the way. So this is all going to get me 6 duplicate spaces out here. So we can wipe out the ones that are in the middle, and then maybe like another duplicate from over here, and that'll kind of take all of that. We're going to keep getting the suffocation notices the whole time they're building out here, unfortunately. It's going to be a problem. Yeah, let's move the ladder over while I'm thinking of it. New from Bill Bradley, it's Suffocation, the latest, greatest gaming craze among dupes. See how much you can annoy CrypticFox with the notifications. It's a blast! No, if only there was use for bomb lilies. Well, there is. You make like medicine out of them, but it's just not something I tend to make because I don't often need the medicine. I mean, technically, we could convert these into another room. Maybe before they build these beds and stuff, I should think about this. I don't know. I kind of want, like, the shared bathroom thing. I don't know. I'm sort of hung up on it. There's another flow of water for us. This geyser up here has been amazing. It's producing all kinds of water. That poor duplicant's getting rained on. He gets a shower while he works. It's just not clean water. Good to see you and Kazi team up again. It's been a while, hasn't it? Or I wasn't paying attention. No, Andrew, it has been a while. Kazi had a bunch of other stuff going on. He was, like, moving houses and things, so he was not streaming for a bit. And he only kind of got back into it again the last few weeks. So, yeah, we finally got teamed up and played some more games, and probably play some more as well. Am I getting a cold? I sound a little stuffy? I mean, I don't think so. It better not be. No, now that you said it, I feel like I've got a cold coming on. Nah, I'm pretty sure I'm good. As far as I know, anyway. Suffocation, the game the whole family can play. Anyone know the best way to utilize a CO2 vent? Yeah, get rid of it. They're not terribly useful. I mean, if you have slicksters, you can... Oh, we got some water. So oh, that's got a little water. The water is dried up down here. We're fresh out, so we need to rework our plumbing. This will need to be deconstructed. Ta-ta-ta. Oh my gosh, what a spider web of junk I made up here. Who built this mess? That's our exhaust line. Okay, so if I tap into this line right here, I deconstruct this. No, I can't. I need to leave that in place. I just need... You know what? Actually, no. I kind of need a pipe bridge there. And how do I want to do this? You know what? Now, if I deconstruct this line, it's not going to feed properly. Deconstruct that one. Okay, so I set this separate loop over here because I was using it as a cooling scenario. The water's not actually that cold, though, so it's not really doing a lot of cooling. So I think I'm just going to need to replumb this whole thing. Fabulous though that is. So if we make that connection there, that will allow some of the water to pass directly through. We'll need to get rid of the pipe bridge. Our wastewater, I guess I could redirect that and send it somewhere else. Like, theoretically down into this junk down here. Oops. Cancel that. Every time I start working on something, I always find myself running into a problem that I didn't need to sort out. Okay, let's go this way instead. Take our excess water and we'll flow it back this way instead. We'll feed it into our garden, or our plants instead. We'll deconstruct this, because we're going to need lots of reed fiber. Oh no, Polani, that was poor planning. Should have got the wine before you drank the other wine. You love it when Fox does plumbing. Oh man, my plumbing is such a mess. Never hire me to do plumbing at your house. I mean, clearly. That's just asking for trouble. Okay, so now our excess water can flow down here and feed our fancy reed fiber. So that takes care of that. I do need to make sure we have continuing water flow into here, so that's gonna clean up and come this way. We have a water flow going through that way now. This can go up to the garden. I don't need this closed loop anymore. I can deconstruct this. Once that's deconstructed, we can do a little bit of plumbing on here to get rid of the water. Actually, we should deconstruct this too. That water. Puppy in the phone. Yeah, that's where my puppy is. This is the Fortnite game. Hey, Scott. Did Fox get a dog? Yeah, I definitely did not get a dog. I have my digital dog in Fortnite as Poset. I don't really need another one. Don't get me wrong, I love dogs, but I just don't love them in my house at the moment. Alright, so that gives us a consistent flow of water for our garden still without interrupting anything there. I do need to create a separate tap to go into this mess. If I connect right here, like so, I can feed my plumbing system over here, and then the remainder will flow down this way and go out to this oxygen system way out there. I'm so bad for this game, so hard to play with you. Oh, you don't really want to play like me anyway. I'm kind of chaotic. Some people are exceptionally good at like doing a lot of forethought and planning, and ooh, this is not working. What's going on here? Oh, that's not what I want. I want to deconstruct this thing. We've got confused water flow right now. We gotta fix that fast. Since this is feeding our oxygen and I just ran out of water down there. Ruh-roh. Work quickly, duplicants. Somebody break this thing. Okay, really? They're all running right by it. Come on, go. They're running right by. Why are they not breaking it? Wait a minute, did I tell them to do the wrong thing? Liquid bridge, deconstruct. No, we're not getting any oxygen. We can't let that light blue color go away. There we go. Deconstruct liquid bridges. Okay, plumbing crisis averted. Mostly. It's kind of a weird priority system. We're actually prioritizing it for the garden before we're prioritizing it for oxygen, which is kind of wacky, but it'll work for now. Some people are good at planning it. Oh, why isn't this working? That pretty much describes my average gameplay for most games, Matthew. The chaotic good dupe wrangler. Okay. Water should be fixed now. Just make sure it's all going. Okay. Solid flow of oxygen down there. Solid flow here for oxygen out here, which is not doing anything. Probably because of max pressure. What do we got going on here? Ooh, I think we maxed out the pressure. Yeah, okay, so this isn't on because of the max pressure. Wow, they have like tons of hydrogen here to recover with now. Sweet. Good deal. One day I'm going to do something about all the chlorine we have in our colony too and get rid of that. Okay, so they have a couple beds built. Let's do some more insulated ceiling here. This is going to require digging through here. I'm going to deconstruct this. And we're going to throw in some fancy water tiling here. I just don't want the people with the exosuits going a direction that they can avoid dropping the suit back off. So we're going to send it that way for now. We won't be able to... I need to rework the whole water system over here anyway, but in the meantime, this will give me a little barrier they can work with. Chlorine's fine. It'll clean the lungs with a slime lung with a deep breath. Feel those liquefied innards. Nothing says good morning like a lung full of chlorine gas. Okay, good. So that's blocked. We pinned them in. They gotta run the long way to get to the air now. Sorry, little guys. Oh, I guess they could go down there. They want to be picky. Carbon dioxide. All right, this place is looking great. Fabulous. I forgot to make these out of carpet though, so we're gonna go with the granite carpeting because nothing says gorgeous decor like carpet made out of granite. Leave some space for airflow vents. Oops. Did a thing. Because we're ready to let the CO2 out of here, so we'll make some gold airflow vents. Like that. Does that require polluted water? Does what require polluted water? I might have missed a question earlier on. You can make more fertilizer with the fertilizer maker. It also makes natural gas, which is good for power. Yeah, that does use polluted water. I think. Refinements. Where's the refinements? Fertilizer synthesizes, sir. Polluted water. I mean, we have lots of polluted water. I definitely could use it. Make a little bit more power with the natural gas, but I kind of find the free-floating natural gas to be kind of a pain to collect. They would also make fertilizer which we could use in our gardens, which I suppose could be handy, even though I don't have gardening stations right now. Always use an exosuit and oil. Yes, that is a good lesson. The oil does tend to get a little hot. Sort of important. Wait a minute. That's going to cause a problem. Oh boy. I can't do this because the water when it flows down here is going to fall and then run inside my house. My intention was to put a pneumatic door here with some airflow tiles. This needs to be deconstructed. And we'll just put in another insulated tile. Liquid fertilizer is as good as before. It needs dirt and phosphorus too now. Yeah, the whole thing is just, it's kind of messy. The reality is, if you have enough things planted, you don't really need fertilizer anyway, because, I mean, we're at, we're over 500,000 kilocalories in food, and we don't have any farming stations. They're not using any fertilizer at all. It's kind of like, just sort of an added bonus kind of thing. It's not really a must-have. Okay, I should probably fix these other floors that I didn't do properly. Go like this. I'm gonna make it all line up so the CO2, when they produce it, will kind of drop straight down. That's not supposed to go there. Deconstruct these. Get some more fancy tiles here made out of gold. The gold, it's amazing. Classic compost is better. It makes dirt. Yeah, it does make dirt. It's like 70-degree dirt, but it definitely makes it. Yes, Fox was just saying I chain fainted all my dupes rescuing the or oh yeah. You know, that's actually a hazard in real life. I worked funny silly story, but one summer when I lived out west, I worked in a grain elevator for the summer, and at the grain elevator they'll pull up these like the trains with all the cars to load in to dump all the grain and stuff in before they send them out someplace else. And before they put the grain in, they dump a chemical in the bottom of the cars or the containers so that it will expand and it will force all the oxygen out of the opening, so when they dump the grain in, it just sort of stays preserved. It's in like a little vacuum inside. Kind of like how we do our food here by sticking it in a CO2 vacuum, but it's not CO2 they use. And apparently what had happened a previous summer was that somebody had gone down into the container not realizing this chemical was in there, and they passed out. So someone came along to rescue them, and they went down and they passed out, and someone came along to rescue those two people, and they passed out. So it was tragic, but a whole bunch of people passed out on the bottom of this container where they had no oxygen. It was really not cool. So yeah, you need specialized suits and stuff. Unless Cryptic sees it. What did I see? What didn't I see? Mine is good. Make art, not commands. What do you want to do? Be happy. Mine is good. Blame Fox for being so quotable. Ruh-roh. The trouble, Durgan, is that there's too many dumb things that come out of my mouth on too consistent a basis. Okay, I'm slightly torn. I mean, we're definitely doing crown molding in here. Oh, that's funny. That actually fits there. What the? All right, that's weird. I can't build there because there's no corner piece up top. So strange. So we're gonna do the corner crown molding, but I really want to do the wider pictures. They just look nicer. The trouble is they're 3 tiles wide and the bed is 4, so it's just not gonna fit right. So we're gonna have to go with the older pictures, which somehow just feels wrong. Regular blank canvas pictures. It's a little sad, actually. Let's make these out of tungsten. Yeah, make it a bit of refined gold. Golden statues inside these luxury apartments. Duplicates are living the high life. Perdube's got a loud sleeper beside 2 other beds. It's okay, though. They're on a different sleep cycle. So when they go to sleep, there's no duplicant sleeping next to them. They don't end up disturbing them. Fine particle explosions are a real thing at grain mills. Yeah, they sure are. Another reason they do is to stop it exploding. Yeah. Well, the thing is, when they're dumping it inside of an individual train car, though, there's less, you know, there's like, I don't know, less room in there for explosion. But yeah, they don't want combustion and stuff in there. It's crazy. It's crazy. Built 3 wide pictures and a hanging plant to fill the 4th slot. Ooh, all right. I think we could go that way. I do like those new pictures. I want to use them. So if we go like this, we'll grab the landscape canvas. And then we'll do the hanging pots. Oh, you know what? We have diamonds. We can do the arrow pots now. Super fancy pots. They're made with diamond. Starting Twitch commands, though. Yeah, the thing is we can't set up Twitch commands while we're in here because I have to log into a separate Nightbot to do Twitch commands. Got 2 luxury bedrooms. They don't have a sink for the bathroom. Ew! It's fine. The lavatory doesn't really produce germs too much. They can shower instead. They'll go to the bathroom and shower, hopefully. What's going to be a little weirder is these things get kind of warm, so I actually need to set up a cooling system for this central column. I might even be able to do something up here and circulate either some gas or some liquid through here in order to provide a cooling mechanism. See how that goes. I'm thinking maybe gas because I'm gonna have liquid piping for the plumbing. So rebuild a grain elevator that exploded when the guy was smoking in the milling room. Went up the tube and down the distributor right the elevator. Oh man, yeah. The funny thing is, like, grain dust itself, if it's just sitting in a pile, isn't really flammable. As soon as you, like, get it as, like, a dust in the air, that's when it's a problem. What's the temp there? If it's hot, Mirthleaf and Joyas are the only things that will take the heat. Well, it's hot in here now. It's 39 degrees, but we don't want to leave that as the temperature. We want to lower it. So we've got a little bit of work to do. Even though they're building the apartments now, we may not even get a chance to move in this stream. We might have too much work to do to get it all set up. Because this whole area is like the purple biome, and the purple biome's kind of hot. It's a little spicy. I need to get this thing plugged in here before... let's do priority 7 on this. I need to get this hole blocked here before the next wave of water comes down, which is going to be soon. What's going on here? Oh, you're fine. CBT. What do the schedules look like? I have multiples of them. I know we have 4 or 5, I think, right now. So this is schedule 1, 2, 3. Oh, we have 4 of them. So there's only 2 duplicants on this one right now, and in part, I think that might be because they have the snoring or the loud sleeper. Basically, all I did was I offset their sleep time and their bathroom times so that we could maintain a fewer number of lavatories and service all 25 duplicates. So we have 25 duplicates in our colony, but we only have 3 lavatories servicing the whole group of them. Will the mesh tile let air past? It will, yeah, but I'm not pressurizing this just yet. We're just doing all the construction. Later on, I'm going to have to rework this water flow. Just having a think. I'm actually kind of wondering if I could use the water here as a cooling mechanism for this, but I think with all the liquid pipes, it's going to be too much of a problem. This is our germ situation. No germs. This is working perfectly. Even though this is full of germs, it gets pumped up into here, it's cleansed of germs, and by the time it comes out here, it's all clean. Germ-free. Do I know what CBT is? Yeah, I do. My wife likes it. Of course he does. It's car buying time. But he doesn't play CMS until next week, so a little confused. That's right. It's car buying time. That's what it is. That's how it works. He won't be filling the rooms with poor air from above the ladder. Well, I'm not filling them up with air just yet. So we're just building all the space. I'm gonna get it all sealed off. We'll get rid of all the bad gases that are in here and replace them with good gases, not duplicate gases. And we'll get it all pressurized and everything too. So we've got work to do still. Kind of a lot to go yet. First super chat ever to my favorite live streamer. Love the stream and it helps me relax after work. Thanks for the super chat, Angel Assassin. Appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. We won't even bother planting plants in here because they're just going to stifle anyway. We'll fix the plant situation after. Situation. All right, second floor. Comfy beds. I just built a random comfy bed. Nice. Get that out of there. Alright, so we need our plumbing. We'll get a lavatory in here. Shower. Let's see. More furniture for more comfy stuff. Landscaping. Metal blocks. Ooh, drat. I'm out of... Alright. Metal blocks have got to wait. We can put these in. No, can't even do that. Never mind. It's all gotta wait. Airflow tiles. Throw some nice doors in here. Unfortunately, the duplicates are not gonna have the best privacy when it comes to, you know, their personal functions. But they'll just have to make do. They've got see-through doors. Whoops. Just in time for dinner? Dinner. How are they not building this tile? Why is nobody building that? I mean, seriously. It's a high priority tile. It's perfectly reachable, either from below the ladder or above. And no one is doing it, even though I have it at priority 8. What kind of jobs do we got? We have lots of architects. Good lord. Cognitive behavior therapy, not kind of. Oh, all right. My gotcha. My wife likes the CBD oil. I guess that's CBD, not CBT, right? Comfy bed therapy. Comfy bed therapy. The stream delay is real. Well, part of it is my reading delay. It's not always that the stream's super delayed. I have it on fast latency actually. Why not make their whole bedrooms with diamond glass tiles? I don't think we have enough diamonds for that. Comfy bed therapy sounds like $1 million idea. Yeah. Yeah, CBD, not CBT, yeah. IR brains. Super smart and all that. 580,000 kilocalories. Well, we're not having any issues with food. How's our oxygen? Oh no, everybody's suffocating. Got plenty of air too. Plants are stifling. What's going on over here? Oh yeah. I forgot about that. I may or may not have disconnected the polluted water feed because we ran out of polluted water down below. I kind of forgot about that. Let's check these things. Okay, I need a flow of polluted water that I can get down there. And this seems like the likeliest source. So let's grab this. Insulated tile. Make it out of something we have a lot of. This is going to take a lot. Send this all the way across the colony. The most brilliant construction possible, and we'll send it all the way down here. Deconstruct this. And if we get some water flow in here, then maybe our Drecos won't starve to death. Possibly. Literally eating 3 family-sized bag of chips while watching the stream. It's only been 39 minutes. That's a lot of chips, man. A lot of chips. Suffocating. Alright. Time the suffocating alert goes off, I'm always worried that there's actually suffocation happening, not just pretend suffocation. These are temps. Ooh, temps are good. Okay, I think we might have exhausted our supply of wheezeworts. There's one up here in the vacuum of space. I'm not cutting into that just yet. That's just asking for trouble. All the way down here. Oh, we got 2 down here. That is way out in the middle of nowhere. No, actually, it's not as bad as I thought. I am building right above it. So 2 wheezeworts there. Nothing down here. This one's too small. We already stripped that one bare. There might be another cold biome up here somewhere, possibly. But it looks like we're down to just the 2 wheezeworts and then the one that's in the vacuum. Which maybe isn't the best. I'm starting to get lag already. Cycle 250, we're already getting lag. We don't plan good-looking tubing system. We plan working systems. Yeah, working. I mean, at some point we'll get the tube transport system going, but it's not really a priority for me right now. I'm thinking I might deconstruct these research stations and move my food over so I could put more bedrooms in over here. I need to let some CO2 settle down here, and I need a way to get down there too. So I probably have to destroy like the statue or something. How's our decor over here? It's not awful. So if I put a ladder down here, and if I sealed this off with a wall, and let CO2 get trapped below here, we could do our food and supplies under here. I think that might be what I end up doing. Let's just deconstruct these. I'm not using them right now anyway. Until we actually get to the point where we get out into outer space and start doing real space research, I won't be able to do any more research. So these are kind of a waste. We'll just get rid of them. Mr. Chaos Guy with a super chat. What cycle has been your highest colony? Probably, I'm thinking somewhere around cycle 600, maybe a little more than cycle 600. Mostly because I tend to restart my colony every time there's a new update that comes out. And they were on this pattern of putting out updates like every 4 weeks or something, or every 6 weeks or whatever it was. So I was constantly starting new colonies. And that's kind of detrimental to getting any long-term progress. So I would say probably something like 600. Okay, we can deconstruct this. We might as well get rid of the statue too, I guess. I need some regular tiles in here. Old mod squad. Hey, Jack. How's it going? Loki. Got all the mods in tonight. Hi, everyone. If you really want to make a deluxe, you can make every single apartment have their own Atmo dock and locker so they can only sleep in oxygen and live in suits the rest of the time. I mean, that might be neat, but they'd have to run back to their room in order to get re-oxygenated. That might be a problem. It would be neat to do, but I think it would actually cause a lot of trouble. Let's deconstruct this and that. So I gotta get rid of this one too. All this suffocation. Why are you down there gasping when there's clean air like right here? Crazy duplicant. Wonder which one's more space conservative. It would take a lot to have like Atmo suits and a dock at like every bedroom. Like a lot. That'd be pretty crazy. Okay. Oh, we need to make some more gold because we haven't got enough for statues. Everyone knows the most important thing in a duplicant's life isn't oxygen and food; it's statuary. Isn't there some kind of duplicate checker prevents certain duplicants from walking through? There is, yep. Always thought the item was pointless because you could just build a door and put a control. Yeah, absolutely you could. The difference is that a door that is locked, or that a duplicant can't go through, they will change their direction if they don't have an... So, like if they have an instruction, for example, to do something on the other side of the door, and you give it a door that's in the way, they'll just change task. They'll go do something else. With that the little gate thing, they'll go up and wait until they're able to pass on. So like a door they can't get through changes their work, and that thing doesn't. So it has some uses, but I'd say they're pretty limited. I've never really bothered using them. I think the far right statue in the new luxury room is made of tungsten. Can you double check for me? Oh, it might be. It might be. It is tungsten. Gold, gold, gold. Darn. Core plus 35 versus core plus 52. Ah! Deconstruct. Can't have that trash in our apartments. Decor plus 35. Current setup I'm building allows for 3 duplicates per apartment, which has built-in latrines, grand halls, great rooms, etc. Oh, that's cool. That'd be neat. Yeah, so if you did like 3 bedrooms attached to like their own little dining area, their own like separate bathroom for the apartment kind of thing, that would be cool too. Where I went like the duplex approach, I'm gonna have an entrance on either side over here with a shared bathroom down the middle. You could actually build like a completely separate apartment for each. That'd be cool. Maybe we could do some of those even. There's no sense doing everything the same. Mr. Chaos Guy with super chat. What would you like to see add or see change, or like to add or see changed? You know, I have a hard time thinking of it when I just sit down and try to think of ideas to put in the game. I mean, I like that they've added in a bunch more artwork. I'd like to see more of that. I don't know. That's a really good question. I can never think of it when people ask me, but I know that in the context of playing the game, every now and then I go, oh, I wish I could do blah. Elevators would be a good one. I wish we had elevators. That'd be awesome. I mean, they have fire poles. Those are super cool. But I think, like, if you really want to go all class, like, having an elevator would be neat. A doctor? Yeah. Trying to consider how I want to attach it to the base, though. I was thinking of doing tubing. Oh, yeah. Might have a bug where they won't build that last tile and need to remove. Yeah, it kind of looks that way. You know what? I think what the issue was, I told them to deconstruct the tile, and then I also told them to build the tile on top of it. So I think I confused the orders. That should fix it. Swimming pool and diving board. Yes, that would be amazing too. Duplicates that could swim. I think we talked about that last time. If the duplicates could swim, that would be awesome. And like, see them like jumping on the diving board and then diving into the pool. I don't know what it would take from a programming level. I'm sure that would not be fun. But like having that would just be amazing. They should allow to upgrade the ladder to plastic without destroying the old one. Yeah, that would be handy. I mean, maybe that's something that will come in the quality of life upgrade. Because there's... So this is the Mark 1 quality of life upgrade. There's going to be a second one that was supposed to be live in the beta branch already, but with the holiday season, they've had a bunch of illness at Clay. They bumped that later, and now, oh man, I totally forgot about that water. This is super inconvenient. Cancel that. I'm gonna build a wall here. We have to do some mopping. Clean up on aisle 6. I don't want the little pockets of polluted oxygen here messing with things. Anyway, so the Mark II is supposed to be in the beta branch, I think, on January 31st, and then it'll come out like in the core game like 2 weeks after that. So I'm thinking like the end of this month we'll play around with the Mark II upgrade too and see what kind of neat stuff they add in there. Sort of curious to see what new upgrades they'll put in. I'm already getting polluted oxygen stifling things. And body temperature. No! It's doing all kinds of problems. They should add a hot tub. Yeah. The go do this now button on a dupe would be great for those emergencies. Yeah. So if you could select like the individual duplicant and tell them to do a specific task, you mean? Instead of just putting a priority on something and hoping a duplicant gets to it. I guess that would be good. Yep. Roller skates and scooters. Slides. If you could put slides in, that'd be awesome too. Do you think I'll make a rocket before the next update? I'm not sure. I'm not necessarily focused on making rockets this time. In our last colony, we were all focused on going rocket power. This time, we're just focused on playing around with the luxury items or the new decor stuff. So I'm not sure if we're going to get to the point of making rockets or not in this colony before the next update. My suspicion says no, that it's going to come before I get a chance to do that. Yeah, the ability to give an individual duplicant in a specific order would be really handy. Repair button for immediate repair on broken things. Yeah. Out of chips. No, I have chips here. You can have some. I'll have to mail them to you or something, so you may not get them before the end of the stream. Just saying. Okay, we need to block this off. Okay, I don't really want this room to be too massive. And actually, do I even have enough space in here to do a double layer of storage? I don't know that I do. I don't. So there's going to be a single layer storage. There's going to be a really inefficient storage system down here. But I suppose that's all right. We'll just put ration boxes across the floor. We're not going to be able to do a second layer of storage boxes, but instead we can do artwork. I guess that's a thing. Oops, that's not what I want. No, it's going to take a while to get enough CO2 in there to make the move worthwhile, too. I deconstructed a pipe? Uh-oh. Sure did. Darn pipes. There we go. Fortunately, nobody had to build there. That's weird. It's showing it connected, even though... That's weird. Wait a minute, did I do that properly? What have I got going on here? I don't know what I'm doing here. I think I had a cooling loop here that I actually don't need anymore. That makes more sense. I don't know. I had it bridging over or something and then coming back around. Like, there's, I don't know. Not super waste, but... Am I playing Hamlet anytime soon? Yeah, I just need to find time to actually record it. How you like it, The Long Dark? It's been really fun so far. I have a lot to learn about the game still, obviously. But the story's kind of interesting. The gameplay is really cool. I love the art style in it. So, so far, so good. I'm going to be playing that on tomorrow night, actually, at 10 p.m. Eastern. Fridges have better storage efficiency, size ratio than normal food boxes, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I mean, I guess. It doesn't really matter. We're not powering them anyway, but... Alright, we'll go fridges, I guess. Oops. It's in food. Refrigerators. There we go. Lots of fridges. We played challenge mode in Long Dark. I don't know. I mean, so far I've just been doing story mode, so we'll see how it goes with that. Depends on the level of interest. You know, if the more interest there is in something, the more likely I am to do it. If there aren't that many people watching something, then I'm less likely to do it because I'm kind of wasting my time. Miss having puppers. That might be a neat thing if they could add this into this game also, is if you could train like a hatch to be like a pet dog. One of the fridges plugged in, is it? No, it is. Look at that. Let's just deconstruct that. We don't need this wire in here at all anymore. Get rid of all that wiring. We'll cover the metal. Do you want to deconstruct the power wires under the new fridges? Yep, just did. If you flood that little room with CO2, you can maybe use the shipping boxes to fill that space above the fridges. The shipping boxes. I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Oh, you mean the auto sweeper? Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. Wait, but we have space for it, so we could put a sweeper in there. So then I guess that gives us options. It's gonna take a little while for the CO2 to build up in here, though. There's a lot of air pressure. Oh, the receptacles, yeah. Suffocation! We'd have to put like a sweeper up here and a sweeper down here and then have it set up to load in the boxes so as soon as they cook something, it picks it up and loads it down below automatically. That seems like kind of a waste for automation. Such a small movement. Oh, that alert. Honestly, guys, why are you spending so much time down here? What is taking you so long? And kill this fish. That's food right there. Oh, that's what they're doing. They're decontaminating down here. That's so lame. Okay, don't decontaminate this tile. Disable disinfect. Did I just tell them to... I think I might have told them to actually destroy a tile. Have to find out. I did. Disable disinfect. There we go. Okay, this is pretty much ready. We can dig into here now. Tap into that. We'll let some water flow. Seal off the bottom half of your current food storage area and then knock down the wall next to a new storage area so you can use the CO2. Oh, yeah, that's not a bad idea. Not a bad idea at all. I'm planning to expand that anyway, so actually if I just like knock this down, it's still not really going to do a lot, actually. How much CO2 have I got in here? 1,700, 9. Yeah, it'll help a bit. That's not a bad idea. It'll get a little bit of CO2. Actually, this here, this is probably what you're talking about, right? All the CO2 that's up here, we can let that flood in. That is a good thought. I like that idea. You can use the auto gas bottler for the CO2, but a simple pump is usually easier if you want to do it. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. That's not what I wanted. I just broke that. There we go. Should pump some of the chlorine gas into the fridge area. Yeah, that's not a bad idea, except that if the air pressure becomes insufficient, the chlorine gas will flood back out again, where the CO2 won't. So I tend to prefer using CO2. Is this a background building? No. Destroy the wall, now build it back. Yeah. We specialize in futile tasks in this colony. Like the love of the futile. You can build the floor 2 tiles down below the kitchen, put the fridges on top, then remove the floor and build a lower fridge. Then you need the floor and the... What? Again, sounds like too much work. Alright. Crack a hole right here. Buildings. It's gonna be a little hot though. It's like 39 degrees versus 28, so it's gonna be like a 10-degree increase in temperature around here, which is. Ooh, did that say scalding a second ago? No, suffocating. Again with the suffocating alerts. You guys need to stop. This is dugout almost. One more spot, and then we can tell you people to stop coming down here. I mean, honestly. It's gradually moving, but the oxygen pressure is pretty high, so this may not work too well. We'll see. It should settle into a layer at the bottom at least. And then the CO2 will gradually build up in here as the duplicates are walking on top of it, but... see how it goes. Yeah, get on the wrong side, build it back, make sure your head gets stuck. That's duplicate logic for you. If you haven't stuck your head in the wall, you're probably doing the job wrong, the duplicates say. Alright, let's close off access to this door. Let the water start to flow. Oh, no, wait. I want to analyze this thing. So I should... can I see their job on here? No. It would be really cool if you could see their job in here, too. I guess that's another thing I would add. If I'm in this menu looking at door controls, I'd like to see the professions. I guess it's not such a big deal if you only have 6 duplicants, but when you have 25 of them... What are you doing? I can't think of any real reason they would have gone and done that. Just walk in the door and then walk back out again. It's kind of an exploit. You build a floor above a storage, assign items to be put in them, and then remove the tile below it, and the dupes will still put stuff in them. Oh, I see. Yeah. So you get them like flying in outer space kind of thing. Excuse me. We don't really need the storage that bad, though. I mean, over here we had just 4 storage boxes, and only 2 of them are filled up. Even with 634,000 kilocalories of food, I've only filled up 2 storage containers. Yeah, look, the oxygen pressure is holding back the CO2. Doesn't that figure? All right, let's do this the electrical way. As long as it's all CO2 here, I think we have a little bit of chlorine. All right, gas pump here. A little bit of gas piping down to here. Blah blah blah. Gas vent. This is going to require some electromaticity. And then we'll build this wall in. We'll just vacuum seal it all in. Oh, wait. I need all the food to go in here. So this is... Party 7. So we'll set these for 7. Copy settings. Just for the ones in this corner that are still in CO2, and then I'll set these for 6, and they should swap it all over. You wire the fridges temporarily while you're troubleshooting the CO2 deal. No, this bottom corner has a pocket of CO2 in it already, so as long as I just put the stuff in there, it should be okay. Worst case scenario, we'll lose a little bit of food. I'm not super worried about it. Dupes are special, just love their logic of jetpack use. Oh, yeah, the jetpacks are interesting. The trouble is they'll fly so far away they can't get back. Okay, seriously? Oh, you know what? I didn't assign these to actually store anything. Haha, that's kind of an important thing, isn't it? There we go. Now they'll store it. Get to work, dupes. We're wasting all that CO2 right now. Just disable that for the moment. They ever fix the jetpack bug where they take off their ammo suit to put on the jetpack? I don't know. I haven't played around with it. I was so disappointed with how the jetpacks worked. I just stopped using them. They're so cool, but they just didn't work very well. We keep on decontaminating the building parts for the chlorine. Chlorino? What? The chlorine doesn't cause any disinfecting. Oh, over here. Yeah, it's not the chlorine. It's this right here. Pick that up and they won't do the disinfecting anymore. It's because the tiles that were in contact with the blocks had germs in them, so they were constantly going and trying to decontaminate. What have we missed? We started building new apartments, so we got these over here we're working on. Still feel a little crowded to me, but whatever. That's pretty much it. We rewired some of the plumbing. We're relocating some of the food storage over here so that we can make more space for more apartments. All the food's relocated, so that's good. Let's turn this back on. Okay, building. Good. Good. No, somebody build a wall. Let's not make the cask of Amontillado, please. Why are you putting food in there? Oh, these are full. No, that would do it. Alright, copy settings. Build a little wall there. Don't put food in there. I swear they're putting food in and then taking it right back out again to put it in a different fridge. See, everyone says that these are more 100 kilograms. That these are more space dense. So, like, you fit like 200 kilograms in that small little gap. But for like the 50 kilogram difference, it doesn't really add up to much. I took 2 full containers here and I put it into 4 fridges. Like the net space savings is really small. Wow, look at the stress level. Oh yeah, it is a little high. Who's so high? It's got to be a food related issue. That's Jaden. Jaden, there we go. Let's see. Low morale, stressed, pleasant chit chat, grimy, which is always fun. Where's your stress? Morale, 14 of 20. That's the issue. Life cycles decor was poor. They had a poor meal. Grade haul plus 6. Total value 14, but the requirement is 20. So that's why their stress is high. They're not managing their morale very well. Typically, they're staying in a barracks. Plumbed washroom, 4 shift break. Last cycle is I think it's really the food that's the problem here. How's our food situation? Bristleberries, fried mushrooms, regular mushrooms, and pepper bread. Are they eating the regular mushrooms on me? Nope. Not eating that. They're probably eating the bristleberries. No, those give morale plus 0. Fried mushrooms are plus 1. That's probably the issue, is the fried mushrooms. Ah. Are they not using the break room? What's the deal? Alright. We'll it'll be an issue. I was gonna say it's gonna be fine, but that's actually not gonna be fine. That's building up really quick. What's Jaden's job? Where is Jaden? Oh, the master artist, and we can't bump them down anymore. Wait, what did she eat that gave her that crummy... Hold on. Hold the phone. Consumables. Jaden. Oh, they can eat the good quality food. They're just not eating it. Maybe they're allergic to pepper bread or something. That's weird. They should pick the highest priority, like the highest quality food out of the options that are available to them. I don't know what the deal is there. I mean, that all alone should give her plus 16. She's only a 14. Snazzy suits for all. We have most of them. I should actually check and see who doesn't have one yet. Where's Jaden? Let's give Jaden a suit. I'll get that taken care of right away. I don't know how many suits I made. I feel like I don't actually have that many suits. I know I made a bunch, but I didn't think I made that many. I wish there was a way to tell more easily. For the little glowing lights when they're running around. I mean, it doesn't look like very many of them are wearing them. I don't know. You enabled all foods when you were low on food on the last stream. I did, yeah, for the other duplicates, but then I switched it back. So you can see, like, if you look over on the right-hand side, there are a lot of duplicates that can't eat the barbecue and the pepper bread. But Jaden can, so I don't know why she's not eating the good quality food. I mean, she's at least 16 now, but she get 16 just off the food alone. So there's really no reason for her to be stressed. I don't know why she's not eating the good food. We've got pepper bread. Might as well shove it in your face. Clothing and resource tab. All right, hold on. Oh yeah, there we go. Snazzy suits. We have 20 of them. Actually, that's more than I thought I did. Sweet. I didn't remember how many I queued up in this machine. Apparently it was 20. So all but 5 of them can have a snazzy suit at this point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So everybody from here up can have a snazzy suit. Look at that. Stylish. Most stylish colony ever. Why let them eat uncooked meat and berries? Oh, I don't know. I had done that at some point. Uncooked meat, I thought I had the uncooked meat turned off. They won't tend to eat it anyway, unless the better quality food's not available. There we go. Barbecue, mushrooms, pepper bread, fried mushrooms, and bristleberries. Most of our kilocalories of food are in bristleberries. That's crazy. Actually, what do we need to make berry sludge? Sleepy grains. Of course we do. And bristleberries. That only gives plus 3 food quality, though. Mind you, it would let us use up some of our 5 units each, so I could make, like... Seems like kind of a waste for sleep wheat grain. I could make pepper bread, I think, instead. Pepper bread is, it's 10 units for the same kilocalorie count. It only gives food quality plus 5, where berry sludge gives plus 4. So that difference of 1 is probably not worth focusing on that. So let's make... apparently I'm making berry sludge indefinitely. Alright, good for you. Doesn't take water, I don't think, either. No water. Okay, good. Berry sludge. They're all getting fruitcake. It'll be great. We got a nice pocket of CO2 down here. That's all solved. Let's deconstruct this. And that. Give bristleberries to the shine bugs to get sun bugs. We only have a couple of shine bugs. There's one. I'm sure we had like 3 or 4 of them. They've kind of been hanging around though. There's 2. 3. They've been hanging around the whole game, but I haven't really done a lot to do good things for them. Let's see. Shine bugs. Stop feeding them phosphorite. We'll give them. Oops. Oh, actually, I need the little ones too. Was it the shine nymphs? Is that what they're called? Yeah, shine nymph. There we go. Oh, that's the bristleberries also. Just like automatically. That's cool. Used to have to switch those manually. That was a pain. Okay, good. Progress is going well over here. Let's go ahead and make some more carpeted flooring. Like so. Hold the phone. How did I run completely out of gold amalgam? How much gold did I make? Not that much. Wow. Huh. I would not have thought I'd used up all the gold amalgam I had. That's crazy. All right, there should be some big pockets of it around here somewhere. But we've been messing around in the swamp biome for a while. There's got to be pockets of gold amalgam here somewhere that are reasonably sized. Well, I could go after that, but it's kind of out of the way. Reasonably sized ones that I haven't tapped into. Let's get into these. What about up here? Yeah, we can't mess with that. There's too much polluted water up there. Alright, that'll give us a start. Man, I can't believe we used up all the gold. The word sludge never sounds tasty. I know, right? Like, you wouldn't order anything on a menu that said it was sludge. You turned berry sludge to infinite. Yeah, it's alright. I mean, the alternative is using sleet wheat grains to make the pepper bread. And the pepper bread's only +5 food quality versus the sludge, which is +4. So it's not really that huge of a difference. Alternatively, they make stuffed berries, which again +4, but that needs pepper nuts. Fried mushrooms, barbecue, yeah. Hey everyone, just got here. All the dupes still, yep. Just the one death still. First day of college, you feel overwhelmed already. Well, knuckle down. It gets easier as you go. You kind of just have to like fall into a routine. There we go. Now we got a little bit of gold. There. Okay, airflow tiles. Get some fancy pneumatic doors. I'll just make these ones out of iron. Oh, I'm so dense. I was like, what is going on? And I just realized this ladder isn't built right anymore. They put that tile right there when I told them to, and they blocked the ladder so they actually can't get back down. We got duplicates trapped. There's a trap. We're gonna mop up. Clean up on aisle urine. 39. Get that ladder made. These guys are gonna starve and pee everywhere. I mean, if they pee over here, it's not so bad. Oh, they're soiling the brand new quarters. You can't get the pee smell out. No. Oh, they're peeing on the carpet. Nah, he's not gonna die. They had air out there, but well, actually no, it's all CO2. But you could have run up the ladder here to get air or chlorine. They're gasping a bit up there anyway. They just peed all over. Lousy peeing duplicants. Make sure we're prepared here. So used to his routine, he doesn't even react to many dupes suffocating. Well, the trouble is they're not really suffocating. I keep getting the alert because they're going into the carbon dioxide at the bottom of the base. They use up all their oxygen, then they got to run back, and it says they're suffocating, but they can reach the air. It's kind of weird. I wish it used that alert a little bit more, selectively, so like when they're actually suffocating. I'd pay more attention to it then. I've had duplicants die because I'm not paying attention because the alert comes up too often. We don't need pests in this game. The dupes pee in the carpet themselves. Exactly. Do you know how many times you have to wash a carpet to get the pee smell out? I mean, ew. Come on, duplicants. Alright, this will be where our next floor is. We're gonna run out of reed fiber soon. Why are you adding a toilet to the bedrooms without a sink? Just add 2 showers and it'll be cool, right? Oh, I don't know. It doesn't really matter. They don't really come up with that many germs out of the lavatory anyway. They tend to have more germs when they use the outhouse. Did you ever figure out the logistics of a big fish tank you want in the middle of the apartments? Not yet. I probably won't be able to do it on this side. I'm thinking on the other side, but no, I haven't gotten that far yet. We have a lot of glass to make that happen. Scott here, how's the colony going? Not bad so far, aside from some minor snafus. It'd be funny in a future update if a dude pees in a carpet tile that breaks. And with my luck, I constantly have broken tiles. Can't get in the old storage room. No, that's fine. They don't need to. They're gonna break this wall down. Wish that fish tank was a type of room decor. Yeah, that would be cool. Because they have the pedestal thing, right? Like, if you could take the... Where is it? If you could take this pedestal and put a fish tank on it, and then have, like, a Pacu floating in the tank, I think that'd be neat. I could get behind that. Yeah, see? Always with the suffocating down here. 15 degrees, good. I should probably just quickly check my water to make sure everything's flowing the way it's supposed to be. Oxygen, gardening. This never got finished. What's going on here? Oh. Well, that would do it. They have a really hard time building when they can't reach the pipe. Mistakes are made. You left a rotting pepper bread on a pedestal. Your dupes love it. You can find like items in outer space when you go on your rocket ship rides and stuff, apparently, that you can bring back and put on the pedestal that are supposed to be good. Wash hands in toilet water after flushing it. I mean, the reality is the sinks that we have in the colony are using germ-laden water in order to do the washing anyway. So I feel like they're not really that much farther behind. I mean, technically in the game it is, because it still treats it as being clean, but... What if you put a food on a pestle, will it still rot? It does, yeah. It doesn't preserve it in any way, it's just an item to sit there. You should have 1 million subs. Well, thanks, man. Or woman. Shouldn't make assumptions, I guess. Appreciate the thoughts. Maybe one day. Kind of nice if we could keep growing that way. Honestly, I was hoping to get to 100,000 before the end of last year, but things kind of slowed down a little bit. Didn't quite get there. So we're looking for 100,000 this year now. You're a boy. Okay, great. I incorrectly make the assumption sometimes because something like 80% of my audience is male. But I just shouldn't assume. Names are very not obvious on the internet. Entombed. Of course he is. Deconstruct that, Party 9. Go get his head out of the block. Don't run by. Don't. Okay. Somebody dig Cerberus out. It has. Whoa! His head was missing. It hasn't happened in a while. I guess I shouldn't complain too loudly. They've been pretty good. That's the first time they've trapped the duplicant's head in a tile in quite some time. It's not because I love watching people play this, and I watched a few different streamers before I decided I like Fox's style and voice. Well, thanks, Sean. Glad you enjoyed it, decided to stay, and also to click on the join button and become a member of the channel. That's super helpful also. Like buttery smooth berry sludge. Nothing says delicious breakfast in the morning like buttery smooth berry sludge. Okay. The challenge I'm going to have with our room setup, I think, is I have enough space here to do yet one more room level, but that will cause issues with CO2 pooling. I actually need to isolate everything that's below this to get rid of germs and things. I mean, it's all CO2, so it's probably not that germy, but... Yeah, the air's not germy, but the ground is... Huh. Alright. Let's, change direction here a little bit. I'm gonna build tiles up here. And here. Actually, hold the phone. Let's cancel this bin over here. I'm gonna let the water fall in this side. I'm gonna isolate it with a door. And I'll expand out to here so I can get a drop chute for the water to fall straight down here. So I'll still have all my water reservoir. This thing needs to move. It's gonna have to be out here. What have I got in here? I think it's just rot in here, I think. Polluted dirt and rot. All the good stuffs. Don't want that in the colony. Goofy! Yeah, that's me. Watching dudes make chit-chat with their head still stuck in a tile is priceless. How's my week been going? Not bad. It's been good. Aside from the duplicant getting their head stuck in the tile. It's only Tuesday, though. Still plenty of time for stuff to go off the rails, I guess. Huh. Got polluted water here I could tap into. If that fell down bottom, it would pool down here, which would actually not be a big deal. So yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna dig all the gold out of here. Give myself some more room to work with to store the rot and polluted dirt and stuff too. Self-contained waterfall, another great idea. Yeah. Sleepwalking dupes. Oh my gosh. To get around CO2 pooling, I'll usually build a small shelf on top and bottom of the apartments. In the bottom, but a CO2 scrubber and shelves. Yeah, my intention is really just to let the CO2 just drop to a lower area. And then I could actually open up the wall here and let this scrubber take care of the CO2 that's in here. So this will all become part of the base at some point. What I want to do, though, is isolate this water because it's got a skim of clean water on top, which is stopping off-gassing, plus the CO2 pressure's not bad. That can't stay that way. I actually have my wastewater going somewhere else, so I don't even need that particular line anymore because it's feeding into these plants. Ooh, it's all backing up. Uh-oh. Alright, mistakes were made. I guess I do need to go somewhere else. I can dump it right here. This would be really convenient. Okay, let's do that. We'll throw a liquid bridge on here. With a pipe that goes here, and then we'll just liquid vent it into this space. We'll refill the water that was sitting down here. We could use that as another water reservoir. And then in the meantime, I can get rid of all of this piping. As long as they don't break anything, which I'm almost guaranteed to do here. There. Strip all that out. That means I can get rid of this, and instead we'll put our bottle emptier over on this side. Like right here. I mean, I don't think we actually have that many bottles to empty, but just in case. I want to have a place to put polluted water. So we'll just dump it into here. Save the Draco? Alright, we'll fish him out. I mean, I'm sure he's fine, but we'll get him out of there. Okay, we got room for more carpeting, blah, blah, blah. More airflow tile. There we go. Did I just run out of gold again? No. No, we're good. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8 duplicants. This will give me 10 duplicants, so basically enough to replace these two things here. Nice. Drown the Draco. No, we don't want to drown the Draco. Oh, we gotta get this one out of here too. Uh-oh. So, it turns out, the Dracos were without food long enough, they died. Fortunately, we have eggs in here, so when those hatch, we'll get more Dracos back. But it seems like we found ourselves some additional barbecue we weren't planning on. Whoops. Just a minor problem. Why are these stifled? Body temperature. Really? 35 to 85, and the temperature in here is 34. Oh, that's funny. Do Dracos float? No one knows. Time for science. But if they float, that means they're a witch. Alright, furniture, comfy beds. Hopefully we got enough plastic for all this. I haven't checked in a while. Ah, just as I say that. We gotta fire up the plastic maker again. Give me the plastics from our broken machines. Enable the buildings. I really should figure out... I should set up a cooling system on this. I just... can't be bothered with the loop that's going to require. It's a nuisance, it is. Polluted water too cold? No, it shouldn't be that. I mean, it might be. But normally the temperature of the water coming in isn't... Oh, it might actually be. I've got... Oh, I thought I had this all as insulated pipe, but I don't. Well... Yeah, the water is 31, so the pipe is going to be cool. 32.9 degrees, so it probably is causing a little chilling. If we insulate it, that will help a little bit. Like so. I might get a little bit of a water spill, though. Oh, so many little pipes. I kind of hate having to do individual pipes on these things, but... At the time, the water we were sending in here was the right temperature, so I was happy to leave it with that piping because it was gonna help balance the heat a little bit. We have one live Draco. Must have been one we just trapped. But that's not really the case anymore. You're right. The pipes are too cool now. Is this Fortnite? Oh yeah, definitely Fortnite. Y'all sound like me when a rooster starts getting mean. Looks like we got chicken soup tonight. Dupe's colony is coming a long way. Oh yeah, it's getting there. It's getting big. I have a tendency to really densely pack the colony. So as we're kind of expanding out the room sizes, we'll free up more space and things can kind of spread out a bit, I guess. Okay, more tiles. Dig all this out. This can get deconstructed. I'm gonna build a storage container over here. Phew. Got a loading lag there. That was weird. copy the settings on this. Oh, I gotta wait till it's built, I guess. I should probably mop this up too so they don't get all upset about walking in the sludgy water. Should I even put liquid valve and reduce the flow to 150 or 250, then the plastic refiner will not overheat so quickly. At least that's how it works in the cold biome. Yeah, the thing is I need a place for the water to go to, and that's the only thing really slowing me down there. If we get enough, so it's producing water. If we can actually have it build up enough of it, what I should do is use, no, I can't use liquid tiles. If I swap these zones out for mesh tiles, then we can get to the point where there's enough water here I can just cycle it. I can just pump it out of the bottom up to the top, let it drip and fall back down, and just let it go in its own endless cycle as a cooling mechanism. The thing is that the water will get hotter over time, but... Put down 13. Oh yeah, I bet that would be a ton of fun. At the petroleum input line with a liquid valve, it slows the refiner down. Not sure I understand what you mean. I mean, I have it all fed into storage before it ever goes to the plastic making system anyway. We're gonna run out of oil down there before I even get as much lean as I need. More bathrooms. Alright, lavatory. This will be fun to plumb all this. Let's talk about reducing the petroleum flow to the plastic makers to throttle how often they run to control the heat. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. The only part of this mechanism that needs a duplicate to run it as well is the refinery. So we actually have lots of petroleum stored up for producing plastic. If we just throw, I guess we could throw a valve on here. Spin it this way. Oh, it's a little baby one. Wrangle it. Get a rope around that baby critter. We should have enough plastic to do more, but no, we still don't. 200 kilograms we need. I didn't produce it. Oh, there's only one machine running. That would do it. Okay, this is now liquid valve, liquid pipe. Deconstruct that. That was not the pipe I wanted to break. Good times. Petroleum everywhere. Set this for 150. Yeah, there's so much petroleum there already. It's going to take a little bit for it to burn through it. Alright, that system's ready to go. Okay, more bathrooms. Oh, I just discovered a challenge with this one. So I had intended to open up this side for doorways. That would make like a doorway into the kitchen, which I guess is okay. Doorway into the dining area. And then this one won't have a door. So the duplicates have to come in from the right side. It's going to be a little funky, this bottom room, but... they'll just have to accept whatever conditions we can give them in order to live in this kind of luxury. Oh, really? Got lagged just as I went to place the stuff. There we go. Okay, tile... Now hold off on doing this one for now. Maybe I won't. I probably won't put any in here. Just let it sort down this way. We'll see what we do with this area down here. I need to cool off this whole side of things also. It's all super hot. I don't really want to open up this into the broader colony until I get it cooled off. Which means I probably should look at some oxygen distribution for over there. So we have this one running here, and it's not running at its full potential. But I could take the pipe here and run this all the way across. I filled up those rooms so much I don't even have room to put the pipe in. Wow, okay, too much decor items. We're gonna put it like right here. Like that. I'll break out this block. We'll put the vent right there, and that way it can produce oxygen for this whole hot side of things. Then that will start to cool things down as we force air into it. Made a mess. What the? Are you trapped? I think he is. He's peeing everywhere. Keep it off the carpet. That's right. Clean up your own mess. Oh, sure. Now you can get out your run. Put the vent above the toilet on the top floor. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. It's going to be in the floor right here. I'm putting one tile above, and then I'm going to break... Once that one's built, I'll break this tile, and then that'll fit the vent. Is that... Oh, is there a spot there? Good enough. That'll work. Cancel this over here. Perfect. I'll save a little building. Good eye. Is it a dupartment, a dupominium, or a duplex? I'm thinking duplex. Although I guess it's with the stack them up this way. It's not really. I guess it's more like a dupominium. A duo of duplexes. Do I use the mouse instead of hotkeys for a reason? Yeah, it's called mental deficit. I'm the worst for using hotkeys in games in general. I don't know why that is. For some reason, I just it's probably why I don't excel at real-time strategy games. But actually, let's cancel that for a second. I have a mental barrier that just stops me from using hotkeys for whatever reason. I don't know why. Okay. I need to sweep up a whole bunch of floor in here. Let's get all this tidied up. Oh, there's a bag of milk in your duplex? Ah, Mrs. Fox. Hi, honey. There should be a bag of milk down in the fridge down here. They need to be forced to... yeah, let's watch the language there, please. This is family friendly. Nope, I wasn't supposed to bring milk home. We have milk here. It's funny, everyone was asking where you were earlier in the stream, honey. Okay, I still don't have enough plastics for... How is that possible? Where's this thing? What's happening here? What's happening here? This isn't storing. Plastic 7. Oh, there we go. Good lord. Okay. I thought we had a lot of plastic. I was like, why is this not working? I forgot to set the priorities on the storage. Okay, so now we have enough to make beds. Oh, it just ran out. Cue game crash and loss of progress. Oh, yeah, that's how that would go. Well, it does autosave, like, every night, so Every time you get that lag, and when it starts the new cycle, that's the game saving. Chocolate milk. Fox is married. Yep, that I am. Married with kids. I'm no youngin'. Alright, paintings. Need lots and lots of paintings. And what did I run out of? Oh, I just ran out of reed fiber. Man, we're burning through everything. All that carpeting used a ton of reed fiber, and these aren't really growing super well. These are growing well, though, so I can tap into that water. Wait a minute. What's going on here? Oh, that's what I did. Caused problems with that liquid pipe back there. There we go. Now it's working right. Okay, so that'll start growing again. I should probably mop this up, not because it'll stop the growth of the plants, but just because the dupes will they turn into crybabies when they have to walk in dirty water. Ooh, this has been studied. I can turn the door off. Alright, so we have active period 96.4 cycles every 165.4. Next activity in 67.5 cycles. Apparently we hit the idle period. I finally dug this thing out. It runs for almost 100 cycles. I finally dug it out, and we got very little... Ooh, it broke. 79 degrees. What did I make this thing out of? Iron ore. Well... blast. I really wish you could make these things out of refined metals. Like tungsten. How's that water so hot that I can't even pump it out of there? That seems crazy to me. Okay, let's deconstruct that. Try building out of the gold. Was not expecting it to be so hot that it would break it that way, but... big mistake on my part. Gold metal tiles beat carpet for both decor and move speed, FYI. Yeah, but it's just... it's the look. We're going for this... we're going for the style points. I mean, it's pretty minimal impact in terms of the overall decor rating. Okay. All that's in place. It's gonna take a lot of gold to make those gold statues. Furniture. Metal block. How much does that take? 400, so I have enough to make like 3 statues. Jeez. So much work. You know what? I've been refining gold up there. I really should have been using the refinery down here. Turn it a quick 20. We'll get a better result, too. The other one produces sand at the same point, which is kind of handy, but... insufficient resource, wolframite. What? Oh, come on. I can't even unselect the... oh, wait. No, it should queue up. It's fine. Never mind. I was thinking it wasn't going to let me cancel the order, but it doesn't really matter, because now they have the system set up so it sort of prioritizes what it has material for. Ah, Mrs. Fox. I had no idea you had kids. How goes auction not included? Good, good. We're making good progress. Our colony is actually getting pretty big now. This is our colony at the moment. With 25 duplicates, they can do a fair amount of work. We have absurd amounts of water. It's pretty much everything that we need. A couple of geysers are producing like tons of stuff. Decent amount of food, although that's definitely dropped. 333,000 instead of like the 500,000 we had. But we've also been using some of these things to feed like shine bugs and stuff, so it's not really that big a deal. Good morning from Turkey. Hello in Turkey. Any hopes or thoughts for Quality of Life Mark II? Well, we've kind of been talking a little bit about random things that would be neat, like stuff like duplicant swimming pools and things like being able to give an individual duplicant a specific order, that kind of stuff. But otherwise, I'm not sure. I mean, just general improvements in the game. The one thing I really would like to see improve is the lag that happens when it saves at the start of each cycle. That would be nice, but I don't really have a huge list. I enjoy the game so much. There's not really a lot I would say, oh, I really hate this thing. I wish it would go away. I thought foxes had pups. Alright, so technically we have pups, I guess. Probably should set this, you're right. There we go. I had built it, and then I forgot to set it, so thanks for pointing that out. Salty foods woke me up. Don't eat too many salty foods. Wait, did you get thirsty or something because you ate too much salty stuff? Lag's been around since the beginning. Yeah, it has, but it's gotten worse. And the bigger your colony is, the more it lags when it's loading. But the whole point of the quality of life upgrades is for them to work on those kind of efficiency things in the program, as well as they've been adding in like quality of life for the duplicants. So it's not only like quality of life for the duplicants, but also for the players. So things like game inefficiencies and stuff are some of the things they're addressing in these updates. So we'll see what happens. I haven't really seen any indication of what's going to be in this next one. We probably won't find out until the 31st, when it's finally available in the beta branch. Okay, we got enough to make more canvases. We should have enough to make more... No, I still don't. Just make sure this is all loading in here. Yeah. It's producing plastic a little slower because we slowed down the petroleum flow. We can amp this up a tiny bit. Thirsty? Oh yeah. Our room's funny. It's like the first line off of our furnace. So when the furnace is on, our bedroom's like super hot. What do we have for refined metal? 1,580 kilograms. Only a little bit of that is gold, though. 1,200 kilograms of tungsten still. I think that's another thing I'd like to see out of the quality of life upgrade, is being able to use refined metals to make other machines if you wanted to. So, like, why can't I build a liquid pump out of tungsten? It'd be more heat resistant. Instead, I got to build it out of gold, which, you know, it has that plus 50% heat resistance, but it'd be nice to be able to make it out of something that actually works for really high temperatures, or higher temperatures anyway. What are you going to do for oxygen in the new rooms? Up at the top here, we built a vent. This vent is connected to this oxygen producing system over here. So we have some of the oxygen flow going into here, and then we have the rest of it continuing on down this line all the way over to this second set of bedrooms over here. So we do have oxygen flow already building up in the apartment, and it's compressing the CO2 downwards. We'll need to give a place for the CO2 to void out of here. Why is this not going? Oh, it's chlorine. So we're going to need to compress the CO2 all the way down so we can get it cleared, but this whole area will be all oxygenated before I open it up to the rest of the colony, and hopefully the temperature will be better. It's like 38 degrees. It's still kind of the hot side. I need to get the rest of this separated out. Okay, so up here, we're going to take the water flow and channel it a little farther over so it drops down into here. So I need to build this up here anyway. Deconstruct that. So we'll get that. We'll dig over to this. And then the channel that I need to dig is going to be like this. Throw a ladder down the middle of that so they can actually do it. Actually, I should just send the ladder all the way down. Because we're going to want to get rid of the other stuff that's in here anyway. And I really shouldn't have built this out of just regular tile. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine, though. We're not going to have that much water pressure in there. Gonna head out and shovel the yard again. See you, Poe. How long have I been streaming for? Almost 2 hours. We started at 10 p.m. Eastern time. It's now 10 minutes to midnight my time. Suffocation. What is that even pointing at? Suri, what are you breathing down there for? They choose the weirdest places to go breathe sometimes. Stress got all fixed. I guess Jaden finally decided to eat the proper food. This is still stifling. What's going on with our water supply? It occurs to me this bathroom system's not going to produce a lot of polluted water to any great degree. The more we strip this out, and then once I get the bathrooms all finished over here, so these duplicants have their own private bathroom suites. Or actually, we're going to run into a bit of a challenge that way. You won't be able to reach that. Alright, what is this? Insulated wall all the way down here. Cancel that. Lots of work for them to do. Did you try to build a pump with doors? There's no limit to compressed gas with that system. Yeah, we could do that. I get irritated by the noises, so I haven't really bothered doing it. When you're suffocating, you tend not to be picky where you go to breathe. I suppose, but they could just plan to get back to where the oxygen is. Have a good night, Lexi. Thanks for coming out. Yeah, we played the Blackout Club last night. That was fun. Had a good time with Kazi last night. That was a good time. All right. These are not getting enough water. I want a system that prefers the incoming flow. Whoops. Prefers the incoming flow from this because I don't want it to strand. How could I do that? I'm thinking, like, if I could take the excess water that's here and send it down, but I want it to prefer the water flow that's coming from this. Oh, you know what I can do? I can do a pipe bridge right here. Okay, hold on. We'll throw a pipe bridge right on here. Oh, this might not work. Actually, if I connect an incoming water flow to the output pipe on this, I'm not sure what's going to happen. We'll see. It may confuse the water flow. We'll see. Okay, liquid bridge, pipe, deconstruct the pipe. And then this pipe over here. Connect it to that. And we'll see if it will prefer the water flow that's coming from our bathroom system over the incoming water flow here, so that way we can make sure we keep a consistent flow of water to these plants. No, this is gonna work. If I do this, it's gonna constantly be dumping water down bottom here, and that's a pain. Can't win. Yeah, the lag at load is bad, but part of it is the size of the colony, I think. We have 25 duplicants running around. They built a lot, even though it's only cycled 267. It's pretty significant each time it saves the game now. This may not work. Let's see what happens. No, it's not. This water's not even moving now. I made problems. Deconstruct that. So much for that idea. How can I get around that? I mean, I could plug in here, I guess, and let it take the flow that way. I don't know if that'll cause a backup for this water flow, though. I don't know. Maybe I should just leave it. We'll let it go. We have Drecos we can shave. Well, we have a couple Drecos we can shave anyway. So that gives us some materials that way. I'll sort out that crazy garden thing later. Use bridges to control the polluted water flow next to the plants. Yeah. More dupes equals more pathfinding. Yeah, for sure. So they get a lot done, and it's nice having a lot of them to run around doing things, but yeah, it definitely causes other performance problems. So that's obviously something that needs to be sorted, but All right, this is all CO2 here. We have CO2 scrubber here. I think I'm going to crack this open with that little airflow tile. We'll let the CO2 in here, and we can start to scrub it out from this side. We're going to put a door over here to seal this off. Insulate up to this. Take all this out. Then we needed to dig out all of this too. They need a little more ladder built, and then up here I'm gonna have them build just like a tile across here. So when this builds enough water pressure, it flows over. It's gonna have to flow a little farther down before it drops, but it should still work okay. Any liquid that cannot go through a bridge will carry on down the pipe you bridged from, so you can use that to prioritize where the water goes near the pinch. No, it's not about where the water goes, because I know I can do that. What I wanted to do is prioritize where the water is coming from. So, like the incoming water flow here, I want it to be like last priority to use for the plants. I want it to first priority take the water that comes out of this. So, yeah, I can feed it into this pipe, and it will flow that direction. Same thing down here. Like, it will prioritize going to the plants before it ever thinks about going to this liquid vent. But what I can't do is make it prioritize left or right pipe. Unless I put, like, I guess I could put a control mechanism on there somehow. So only if the pipe is empty, it opens up a valve, and then the valve flows. That would work too, I guess. Just before the game releases, you should release updated tutorial videos. I really enjoy the way you explain things, and your voice isn't like nails on a chalkboard to me. Well, thanks, Donald. It's an interesting way of describing it. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure what the actual release date is intended to be. So the next update is the quality of life update. I need to find out when. I don't know if they've published it. I have to check around, but I don't think they put out when that 1.0 is supposed to happen. But yeah, I probably should update some of those tutorials. Some of the ones I've had around for quite some time, they're still relevant. They're just kind of outdated in terms of like things that have changed. Burger King foot lettuce, what? Bridges act as a priority on the input, but their output is secondary to the pipe they're going to. You can use that behavior to control both the from and to flow. Well, I tried that actually. So I fed in I mean, I guess I could put a bridge here and then a bridge into this pipe. That might work. Let's see. We'll see what happens. Hold on. Go this way. Oh gosh, this is getting so messy. You know, I'm not going to worry about it just now. Oh, these are stifling for body temperature now. What's the temperature down here? 37 degrees, and these require... Oh, they're at the top end. That's interesting. What's the temp of this water? 35. And this water over here is 31, so that's actually ideal. Maybe I'm overthinking this. Maybe I should just dump this wastewater straight into here and let it pool. And just run this directly in. Let's do that. We'll go that route. I'm gonna forget trying to mess around with prioritizing this. I'm just gonna dump the wastewater out. So we'll throw a liquid bridge here instead. Like that. Connect our pipe in here, send that straight down to our liquid vent, deconstruct this liquid pipe. And then up here we'll connect this one up. The temperature of this water will actually be better for the plant growth temperature anyway. So we'll kill two birds with one stone. Do you need a big brain for this game? Or, well, not really. It depends how complex you want to be. So, like, you can make really complex systems and have your duplicates do all kinds of wacky things. If you want to put in that time and effort, but it's not really a requirement. More often than not, the complicated solutions are just as easily accomplished doing something simple instead. So there's some stuff that you might want to do that, you know, takes a little more planning and things, but it's not that bad. Just joined. Hey, CrypticFox. You as a top guy and super expert at this game, but why you have floating oxygen deodorizer breaking reality for you? It's stuck to the back wall. Just think of it that way. I had a tile underneath it, and they broke the tile, but they couldn't reach the deodorizer to get rid of it. And why did... Wait a minute, why didn't they build the ladders I told them to build up here? I've got meat sitting up here that I could be eating. That's free barbecue right up there. Not to mention the lime. Did they replace the broken water pump? Oh, good there. I told them to break it, but it took them a while to actually get around to breaking it. Let's make that out of gold. Golden pumps. This game is U.S. government. Take something simple and make it complex till it breaks. Yeah, pretty much. That kind of defines any government. That's not just the U.S. government. That's like the specific role of government in society is to make things unnecessarily complex. I think our duplicants are having to climb so far up this ladder, they may not even be able to get up here to do the work. That's a huge ladder. And it's too far for them to go this way. Because of the this gap right here. So maybe we'll build like a little ladder step in here. We'll give them access to this door. Oh, they already have it. Okay, good. And they can come through here instead and build like from top down. Because that's so far, I don't think our duplicates can even make it. Ooh, plus we're gonna harvest this thing. Give me that stuff. I meant to copy the settings on this, and then deconstruct this one. Deconstruct. So they'll move that out of the way, and we'll stop getting polluted oxygen over here. Slowly getting pressurized. 39 degrees. That's a little warm. How hot's the air coming in here? 20 degrees. Coming in at a good temperature. There's too many other factors yet that are affecting the temperature here. Let's deconstruct these. No, actually, why am I doing that? I can just rebuild over them. There we go. Oh, they can get all the way up there. It's taking them a long time. Excellent work, little dupe dudes. The only trouble being, once I build this through, then they could technically come through with an exosuit and go the wrong way. So I'll have to keep an eye on that. You rich? No, I'm not rich. Ever wish you had more food sources to play around with? Yeah, a little bit. I mean, they've added a bunch more, which is kind of cool. It'd be nice if there was some additional recipes. I mean, there's only 2 of them that provide plus 16 morale. I mean, you have barbecue and that other one that... Oh, the... brain no worky. Barbecue and pepper bread. Why am I making... I am so dense. Why am I making sludge? I could be making pepper bread. That's misrepresenting the morale here. Hold on. Oh, that's interesting. It's showing pepper bread is only going to give plus 5 food quality. Oh, what am I thinking? But I wasn't... Oh, I'm so dumb. Stop with the berry sludge. I wasted it. Ah, I could have made all that pepper bread that has a higher morale benefit. No, they were probably still making that too, but... That was silly of me. I don't know what I was thinking there. Sell your gold, you'll be rich. Yeah, there's so much gold. I wish there was actually how much I had in real life. That'd be great. Alright, let's actually cancel this. If there's no ladder there, they can't climb down, but we have a channel for the water to flow through. If we can just deconstruct that instead. Why are you hanging out in the polluted water? Get out of there. Get out. Don't forget, you have a bunch of gold, your reservoir, you're building. Do I? Which reservoir? I've got so many going on. I mean, is there some down? I don't think there's much down there, is there? Or what about up here? I'm not sure which reservoir you're talking. Oh, way down bottom here. You talking about the refined gold? This? Speaking of which, I need to do statues. Little sculpting block. Oh, nope. Don't have any. What is going on here? Oh, drat. I ran out of oil. So this doesn't have a coolant, so that's not running anymore. We tapped all the water out. Okay, well, I mean, that's probably a good thing anyway. All right. Well, we're actually past midnight now, so I'm going to call it a wrap for now. We're going to need to solve our oil issues next time. I think I'm going to put in the oil reservoir here, or the oil pump in here, or the oil well, whatever it's called in the game. We can tap into the water that's over here to pump into that to get extract the oil out, and then we could get this refinery going, produce more petroleum, which makes more plastic, which yada, yada, yada. To keep making our apartment and stuff. But these are looking pretty nice, and it's already building up air pressure in here too, which is good. I mean, a little while, and we'll have the CO2 pushed down far enough that our duplicants can actually breathe over here. Even though it's a little bit on the warm side. So I'll have to keep the insulated wall in place until I solve for the temperature variable there and get that all sorted out. But thanks for everyone thanks everyone for coming to hang out tonight. I appreciate all the super chats and everything this evening as well. Tomorrow night we're going to be playing The Long Dark at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, so if you're free and want to come hang out, feel free. That's been a fun game so far, too. The next time we play Oxygen Unincluded will be on Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, so hope you'll come back for that as well. If you don't currently subscribe to the channel, go ahead and click on that subscribe button. I'm, as always, CrypticFox. I'll see all of you next time.